Hey there, my Stampin' friends. Happy Monday, everyone. It's Jody Brechbill, Stampin' Queen, and I am coming at you from my studio in South Central Pennsylvania. So hopefully you guys are on and can join me. Let me get my comments up here. Stop in and say hello. Let me know if you're here. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. I know some of you West Coasters are just rising and shining, but I'm here every Tuesday on my YouTube channel. 10 a.m. Eastern on Mondays for Movie Monday. And we're going to focus on So Very Merry. I did this last week, and then I have today, and then I have another one planned, kind of a little bit of a series on using this stamp set for kind of some technique-y type things. So this is an online exclusive. You can actually find it in my online store, which I will put up that information because it is not available in any catalog or any flyer. This is one of our online exclusives, and you guys are going to see this coming more often, that we are going to have online exclusives released periodically throughout the year, and they're going to get bigger. We're going to have more of an offering with that, and so you'll be able to find those things in our online stores. So this is what we did last time. So if you have not visited this video last week, you can stop by and check that one out on my channel. Make sure that you guys are subscribed, and then click the bell to change your notifications. So when I'm here, you guys get a notice. So we did the angel, and we used watercolor pencils. So we dusted them off last week and did a little watercolor pencil technique with this one. She is stamped on crumb cake, and then I colored everything in except for her wings, except for her dress. So her wings are colored white, and I left her dress crumb cake so that her wings and her body really popped out. So today we're going to use Santa. He's coming to town, and we're going to do this super cool card. I don't know if you can see that it's almost a very stained glass looking card, and it is using a window sheet. So let's go ahead and get started with that. As always, I put the dimensions in the description of the video, so all you need to do is scroll down, and you'll be able to see those if you want to create one of these projects at home. So we have got some pool party here, and that's our card base. So we're just going to fold that in half. Then I have a piece of real red, and I have a piece of the One Horse Open Sleigh designer paper. So if you have not seen this paper yet, you guys go check it out. It again is an online exclusive, so you can only find it in my online store, but check that out. It is simply gorgeous. So I call this gilt paper because we're going to use this side and feel guilty that we covered up that prettiness on that side. But, you know, there's two sides to each piece, and so we just need to use the one that's going to work best for that project. So we're going to add that to our real red, and then we're going to do a little bit of stamping next. So I've got my memento and a piece of basic white. So this is a photopolymer stamp, and I like to use some sort of cushion with the photopolymers. So either this is my silicone mat, or maybe you're going to use a Stampin' Pierce mat. If you don't have any of those, my goodness, even like a catalog would work, just because I want to make sure that my image shows up nice and clear. So we're going to stamp Ho Ho right here on this basic white. And then we're going to color him in. But while we have him, or while we have the ink, we're going to do our 'Tis the Season. And I don't think I got that one out, did I? No, I did not. All right, so we'll do a little ink. I was thinking you could easily have done red with this, but I didn't bring red to the table. So we're going to go with the black, because it is handy dandy. It's right here. Okay, next step is we can add this to a layer of Pool Party. Oops. Excuse me, my nose always starts to run when I do these videos. And I even thought before I started, go get your tissue box and put it near your recording station, because your nose runs every time. And guess what I did not do? I did not go get my tissue box. All right, so we're just going to add that right here on the edge, because as you can see, Santa's going to go there, so he's going to cover up most of that. So we're just going to put that right on the edge, and then we can add this to our card base. We are out of adhesive. Hold, please. I had another one ready to go. I thought we were going to run out fairly soon. Oh, almost did it upside down. Rookie mistake, right? All right, caught that quick enough. So there is our card base ready to go. It's kind of a little bit of a non-traditional color, pool party in red. Sometimes it's fun to do a little something different. So ahead of time, I have a piece of this, which I'm not sure exactly why I have that. I might have been testing something. Was I testing something? We'll see. So I've got a real red circle cut out of the Stylish Shapes, and then I have a black circle that I punched out ahead of time. And then what else do I have? I've got an adhesive sheet and a window sheet. So that's how we're going to do that stained glass technique. But what we need to do first is a little bit of coloring. So I've got Pool Party, light and dark. So we're going to do some Stampin' blends here and color in good old Santa's window. You could use any colors that you choose. I've done many projects with this stamp set. So if you're not following me over on Stamp with Jody B, you'll start to see me posting some projects, because we use this stamp set in our Stamp-A-Stack class last week. And so I posted some of those samples, and then some other things that I was working on. I'm posting those as well. So I can actually give you that. So if you're not a member, you want to head over right to my Facebook group. So that's my private Facebook group. And I do lots of giveaways on there. We do fun Fridays. We do sharing. All kinds of fun happens over there. So if you're not a member, ask to join and I'll approve you and let you in to hang out with my Stampin' family. Because honestly, this was low on my radar, this particular stamp set, but we really didn't have much that came out in the catalog, and our mini catalog wasn't available until September 6th. So I did grab this one just so I had something to start playing with, because I like to do Christmas in July, and we didn't have a whole lot of offering. Let me see if my fat brush tip will work a little bit better. Yeah. All righty. Moving right along here. I probably could have done this ahead of time, but I know a lot of times I have questions from you all about Stampin' blends, and they probably are one of my favorite tool. I'm just using them, the light and the dark shade, and I'm just coloring. I'm not too worried about doing shading and adding anything like that, just using them straight up as markers. So I've got my light real red here, and then we'll come in and add dark real red. It is a little bit tricky to know what his parts are. So I do know this is his shoulder, and he's got a bag thrown over his sack of toys is thrown over his shoulder. So I'm going to color his shoulder, and then his hand is here holding it. So I'm going to do his, like, I'm going to assume he has a glove on. So we've got some dark real red. Oh, I don't know. Did I just do dark? I think I did light. I think this is, yeah. Lost there for a second. Got to talking and forgot which color I was actually using. So we've got, there's our dark. Okay, so we did those. Now I have a little bit of skin tone here for his face, because if I color that, that's going to really pop the beard, because I'm going to leave the beard white. So we have those, all those neutral blends, so you can make your Santa any color of choice. That was a great addition that we had over the last couple years, I think. So now I have, what do I have? I have gray granite to do his sack of toys. coming along here. Now, in between, let me show you this. In between here, see right where his hand is in his sack? I feel like that's his beard. So I have left that part white. I don't know, does that, can you see what I'm talking about here? Did I do? Now I lost my track of thought again. I think I just did light. Now I'm doing dark. It's right there. So I left that. I did not color that in. And because I do feel like that is part of his beard. And let's see if I can use the wash brush here and go make some big coloring. I usually like the little end. So when you do the blends, if you're not familiar with blends, definitely check them out. They make you feel like you are so artistic without being artistic. But we do have a brush end, and then there is, so you can see on there, there's a fat end and there's a thin end, right? So this is, I call it a bullet and a brush end. So I normally like the bullet because I feel like I have a little bit more control with that. But there are times when you're doing a big area that the brush end is really nice. But I will tell you, my brush end tends to dry out a little bit faster than my other end. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a bit of adhesive sheet. Okay, so we do have these available. You can check them out. They are in the annual catalog, and these make anything into a sticker. So I just cut a little piece here, and I'm going to lay that over top of what we just did. So now Santa is actually becoming one big sticker. Now I have my window sheet. And if you have window sheets, these acetate sheets, they may be called, we do carry them in the catalog, in the annual catalog. They do come with a piece of tissue paper. So you can peel the tissue paper off. They're kind of static together, but the tissue paper does keep, it's a barrier between them so they don't get scratched up. You get 2 in a pack, 12 by 12. But the tissue paper does help you find it a little bit easier because it is totally clear. So you're going to take your tissue paper off, and you're going to now peel your sticker. So peel this end off. Sometimes easier said than done. We might have to get a picker tool out if my fingernails don't want to cooperate here today. All right, booger, let's go. There we are. Okay, so now we're going to take our window sheet. You do want to try to have it kind of be dust free. I know in my house, little staticky dog hairs go on there pretty quick. So you want to not have too much static on it. And we're just going to lay that right over top of Santa. I'm going to flip him over and really rub to make sure it's good and stuck. Okay. So isn't that cool? He looks just like a window. Now, I think we're going to see if this works for sizing. I'm going to get out the Baby Boss. So we're going to wake up Baby here for a minute. And I do have a die, a circle die. And these are retired. We don't have them anymore, but I'll be darned if I was going to get rid of them because sometimes I just need a different size. And so I'm going to cut out Santa Claus with this circle die. Okay, you're going to stay still. Yeah, looking good. If you have a punch, I will tell you in my experience, it's a little hard to punch them out. The die works much better because of how thick it is. So until you have the cardstock, you have your adhesive, you have your window sheet, it just gets a little bit thick to try to get a punch through. So I do like using a die for that. All right, so now we're just going to do some layering, and we're going to see, yes, perfection. Oh, I'm using, that's not the, I got to use the new one. Replace that one when you're done. Note to self, replace that when you are finished. So when you go live on Wednesday, you do not have an empty tape container. Okay. It's me telling myself what I need to do. All right, so we've got a little bit of black around there, and then we're going to add that to our real red. And then we'll be ready to add that to our card base with some dimensionals. So we'll get out some of our, I got nubbins down here. We're going to use those up. Using up the nubbins. Okay. Add this to our card base. And this is a fun type technique to do with anything you want it to be nice and shiny. This would be gorgeous with the angel as well. So we're going to add good old Santa Claus right here. And then we need to put some gems on because everything's better with bling. And I have got some of those super cool adhesive sequins. Again, another online exclusive. So we have online exclusive stamp set, paper, and gems. Now, you can order these through me all the time. You can just message me and say, hey, add this to my order. You don't have to order it online if you're not a happy online shopper, but that's where you can see them, okay? So we're going to add, the gold is all gone. I used them in a class, and so we're kind of down to just white here, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and use our white ones. Just be careful when you guys are using these to make sure that you get the sticker. They do have a glue dot. Whoa. There were two on that one, I guess. They have a glue dot on them, and sometimes they do want to come off without their glue dot. So you do want to make sure that you are getting the whole entire snowflake. Glue dot and all. So we're going to put one down here. And then do we have any big ones? We do. Oh, look, one. This makes me so happy. There's one snowflake left on there. I'm going to use it. I can throw it away. Yay. We used it all. Nothing went to waste. Love when that happens. Now, the one thing that you'll notice is these snowflakes kind of blend a little bit. They aren't really popping on the card. And so what I did was grab some gems or rhinestones, and I'm going to add them to the center just so they have a little bit more pop. Now, I could get out my picker tool, but I just have these scissors handy, so we're going to use those. All right, and there we go, you guys. Super easy peasy using that window sheet, and you get that gorgeous stained glass look. So hopefully you've enjoyed. Don't forget to go back and check out last week so you can see the technique with the angel and the watercolor pencils. And then mark your calendars to come back next week because we're going to play with the angel, and we're going to do another stained glass technique. Okay, using the angel and some vellum. Okay, so mark your calendars. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, then click the bell for your notifications, and then join me Movie Mondays, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and What's Up Wednesday is 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and I am live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. If you have any questions, let me know, and don't forget to scroll down, and you can find the dimensions for this project. And then, of course, you can also head right over to my online store and check out the online exclusives and see what all we have to offer there. All right, thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful week.